güzel geliyor. Şimdi
Chelsea coming forward again with Joao Felix. It's with Enzo Fernandez. Chilwell out to the left-hand side for Sterling. Sterling back into Enzo Fernandez, clips the ball into the penalty area, and Fraser Forster is very comfortably. It's been a pretty straightforward afternoon for him so far. It's an hour played, half an hour remaining. Ball comes out to the right-hand side for Emerson Royal. The pressure from Chilwell, who seemed to throw him to the ground there, but the referees allow play to continue as Kepa comes out to deal with a long ball over the top. It was an awkward one. Got his head to it. It was outside of the penalty area. Chilwell back now, battling with Kulusevski, who fouls him. It's going to be a free kick to Chelsea. Pull back on Emerson Royal, probably worthy of a booking in truth. In stoppage time at the end of the first half, before it was changed to a yellow upon review. It's going to be one of those players making way, along with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mason Mount, and Dennis Zakaria. Two players on. Zakaria, Swiss international, 26-year-old, loan from Juventus. It's a man, of course, who very much a Chelsea youth team product. 24 years old now, Mason Mount. His Chelsea debut back in 2017.
Hopefully you wait
A couple of loan spells.
until you're told.
Part of the squad in recent years.
Why not? Why not?
Continue that here with a big performance in the last half an hour or so. Graham Potter certainly needs him, you feel. Wake up. Played forward up towards Harry Kane and looked like he was fouled, but the ball ran for Kulusevski anyway. It's picked up by Ben Davies, gives it to Richarlison on the left-hand side. Passes it back into the Tottenham half. It's at the feet of Eric Dyer. And with Romero. To Emerson Royal, who's just had the ball nicked away from him by Ben Chilwell. Be a throw into Tottenham. Exactly in a rush here. Longley now for Tottenham. Forward by Højbjerg up to the halfway line. Decent ball as well out on the left-hand side. Ben Davies almost got away. Richarlison finds Kane. Controls it superbly and gets the ball to Emerson Royal, spins away from Joao Felix and gives it to Kulusevski. Now Kulusevski back to Royal, Skip, Højbjerg. Some neat passing here as Skip picks up the ball again from Emerson Royal. Now it's Højbjerg, a bit of space out on the left if he can find Ben Davies, which he has. Davies gets the crossing just about. It was about to run out of play, so he was rushed into making that attempted cross in the end, and Chelsea have dealt with it. Enzo Fernandez plays the ball forward. It's not a bad ball either. Helped on by Mason Mount to Joao Felix. Felix making his way towards the edge of the penalty area. Finds Sterling out on the right-hand side. Looks for the ball into Mount. Cut out by Romero. Romero plays the ball against the Chelsea substitute and it goes out of play for a goal kick. Graham Potter taking some encouragement from that last couple of minutes. That last move in particular. Spurs reasonably solid in their performance in the second half. They do have the lead. So they come forward again. Harry Kane getting the cross in, and Kepa and Reece James able to prevent the corner. Eventually James clears up towards Sterling. Just forced back and gives it to Zakaria. Now it's with Fernandez, who finds Chilwell on the left hand side. Chilwell again. So Fernandez, Dennis Zakaria, so Fernandez. A lot of players back now. It's a case of trying to be patient here for Chelsea as Sterling tries to squeeze through a couple of Tottenham players. One of them, Richarlison, who wins the ball back. Gives it to Højbjerg. Tottenham are able to clear up towards the halfway line. It will be a throw-in. Chelsea getting the game back underway. With Chilwell. Joao Felix. Played forward towards Kai Havertz, who's just beaten to the ball by Fraser Forster. It was a lovely ball, slipped into the penalty area. Really nicely worked by Chelsea. Joao Felix at the heart of it. It was Mason Mount who just helped the ball on into the box for Havertz to run onto, and he was pretty close to connecting with it. Chelsea reaching the halfway point in the second half, still looking for that goal. Scoring goals has been a real problem for them of late. Can they find something here in the final quarter of this game to salvage something? Maybe you can go on and turn this around. Feels like a huge task now. We've been under pretty steady guidance of Christian Stellini in recent weeks, with Antonio Conte still recovering. Come back briefly, of course, but his assistant has been incapable in stepping in and doing the business in the last few weeks. Time associate of Antonio Conte, actually worked with him very early in his coaching career at Juventus. Conte's first spell in charge. Did actually briefly play for Juventus in 2003 and picked up a rather serious injury. Didn't stay at the club for long, had to go to make the move to Genoa, which was a fairly lively couple of seasons before he eventually retired. Down to the third tier before getting back up to the top flight, before moving into coaching. 47-year-old Italian who's, as I say, carried himself pretty well over the last few weeks and starting to guide Tottenham into this rather stable run. It's that stability at the moment that they're looking for here in their challenge for a place in the Champions League next season. So Fernandes with the ball out wide for Chelsea. Knocking on the door again here. It's with Enzo Fernandez, scooped up into the penalty area, headed by Sterling. Really couldn't get enough power on it other than just to force it the way of the Tottenham Hotspur goalkeeper, and Fraser Forster gathered it very comfortably. Kept alive by Kulusevski and Emerson Royal now as they charge down the right hand side for Tottenham. Emerson Royal losing out in the challenge. Ball played towards Joao Felix, who's bundled over by Oliver Skipp. The referee allowing play to continue as Chelsea are almost able to break away with Kai Havertz, but Emerson Royal back again to win the ball. He's been outstanding for them this afternoon. He's been playing well for them for a while now, starting to really establish himself in the team as Ben Davies comes forward now, plays in a dangerous looking cross, which is well dealt with by Fofana. Cleared out of play for a throw. 20 minutes remaining. Tottenham still leading by that single goal scored by Oliver Skipp. Free now. Has just disappeared down the tunnel. I think it is purely issue with equipment perhaps, or is there to be a change of official here? Either way, there's a little bit of a delay here, an opportunity for the two coaches just to have a quick word with the players, set them up for the final 20 minutes or so in this game. Stunning goal from Oliver Skipp. As things stand, could be the decider here. It was a sensational strike. A rare moment for the midfielder. Starting to establish himself in the Tottenham side. Certainly felt as though he might not always, or he might not eventually become a key part of the fixtures here at Tottenham. He has made a big impression here. Looks as though the referee has been able to resolve whatever technical issue he had. Stuart Atwell. They should be about to resume very shortly here. Not entirely sure what the issue was, but it was something that wasn't working. So Tottenham able to make the most of that. Which has been dealt with by Chelsea. Win the ball back again. Mason Mount has gone over to Stuart Atwell to complain about a challenge on Kai Havertz and has picked up a yellow card. So a bit of a heavy touch from Romero that allowed Havertz the opportunity to try and close him down. And there was a rather forceful challenge from Romero, which did actually take the ball, looked like fairly cleanly. Mason Mount was not impressed. He's pointing to the referee and has picked up a yellow card. into Kulusevski now. On the right-hand side, plays it into Richarlison. Just manages to hold it up on the edge of the penalty area. Clever ball by Kane out wide to Davis, who sends the cross into the far post. Chelsea deal with the danger again. Kulusevski being dragged out wide. Then tries to find a way past Enzo Fernandez, and Enzo Fernandez came away with the ball, but it's then given it away, and Richarlison goes for goal just over the top. It'll be a goal kick to Chelsea. It's a difficult chance for Richarlison, edge of the penalty area, never really troubling Kepa. Once again, Chelsea giving the ball away. Fernandez and Joao Felix between them, who just couldn't play their way out of defence. Just look a little short of attacking ideas here, Chelsea. Desperate to find something to change the course of this game. 15 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Sterling gets the ball on the edge of the penalty area, finds Havertz, doesn't manage to get hold of the ball, and it falls into the arms of Fraser Forster again. Another really decent opportunity, just lacking the perfect through ball. May have been a little touch actually from Oliver Skipp, which took it away from Havertz, and some defending by Romero as well. It's been another good defensive display from Tottenham. Starting to find that little bit of consistency. They went through a spell earlier this year where they conceded a lot of goals, and just started to change that of late. They're well beaten by Leicester, of course, a couple of weeks ago. If they can hold on here, then it'll be 4 wins in 5, with 4 clean sheets in 5 as well. Having beaten a 3 of their London rivals, and of course beating Manchester City here at home. Next game is away at Wolves, then they host Forest, and then it's Southampton and Everton. So all sides in that lower portion of the table, and they could really strengthen their position in the league, Tottenham, by going on a good run. Chelsea have a corner now. Almost 12 minutes, just under 12 minutes to go as Chilwell sends it in. Sent it away, but only as far as Reece James, who sends it back into the penalty area along the ground. It bounces off Enzo Fernandez and loops up into the arms of Fraser Forster, who gathers easily. And once again, you have to say, it has been a relatively stress-free encounter, this one. For the Tottenham goalkeeper. Spurs now are about to make what will be their first change of the game. Dejan Kulusevski is always such an important player when he's involved. He's going to be replaced by Son Heung-min. Key player for Tottenham for many, many years now, and had his best season. Pretty good player to bring in at this stage of the game. 1-0 up, just adding that little bit of threat. Certainly wouldn't be surprised to see him pop up with a goal in the latter stages of this game. Forward by Enzo Fernandez, picks it up again, finds Joao Felix, Mason Mount, Richarlison challenging the Chelsea substitute, winning the ball back. Richarlison defensively has been outstanding today. Won the ball back a lot as there's a little bit of disagreement breaking out between the Tottenham players and the Chelsea players. Just on the back of a foul on Harry Kane, and then a clearance by Romero, and then Romero and Chilwell just getting into an argument. It's all dealt with fairly quickly. Don't think there's going to be any further consequences here. Referee just having a word or two with some of the players. In the end, it's nothing more than a free kick. Forward by Fraser Forster. It's going to Ben Davis on the left-hand side. Finds Højbjerg, back to Davis. It's away from Mount. Gives the ball back to Eric Dyer. And a heavy ball from him into Skip in the centre circle. Skip did well to get on the ball and then find Richarlison, who gives it to Royal. And now Richarlison again down the right-hand side, looking for the cross. Koulibaly closes him down and has to concede the corner. Opportunity for Spurs again. Chelsea look like they're about to turn to another couple of substitutes. It'll be the last roll of the dice from Graham Potter. Son Heung-min prepares to take the corner from the right-hand side. 9 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Son delivers into the near post and turned in at the back post by Harry Kane. And Tottenham have doubled their lead and surely on the way to 3 more points. So simple. And another big goal for Tottenham's main man, Harry Kane, who scored in the 2-2 draw at Chelsea in August, has got another one here. Sent in by Son, flicked on by Eric Dyer, and turned in at the back post by Kane. Easy as you like. One of the simplest goals he'll ever score. Tottenham's record goal scorer, delivering yet again. And surely now there's no way back for Chelsea. 18 in the Premier League now for Harry Kane. He's having one of his best seasons. Joao Felix has been taken off. Mudryk is coming on. Sterling off too, replaced by Aubameyang. Final 2 changes for Graham Potter's side, who look like they're out of it now. It's going to take an extraordinary effort from here. Harry Kane's 20th goal of the season in all competitions. Scored 1 in the FA Cup and 1 in the Champions League so far.